Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining the session. My name is Rahul Bhaskar, and with here I have Arun Kumar and Dheeraj from my team. So both are experienced people from Zoho Desk product support team, and they'll be here to take up the questions that you may have while I present the sessions. So if you look at the webinar tool, you'll find an option to chat. So that's an option where you can, post your messages, which can be read by other participants in this session. So it's just a medium of communication with us, and that's not where you have to ask questions. We have a separate column called Q&A. So that's where you can post your queries about the topics that I'm discussing through the webinar. So if you have any queries, or if you want another layer of answer to whatever you want, you can post a question there, and as experts in here will be able to answer them then and there. And yeah, that's all about this tool. So I'll before I broadcast, before I share my screen, let me just let's just give a few more minutes for more partners to join.
Hi Rahul, thank you. Let me also say, greet our partners. Hi guys, hope all of you are doing well. Thank you so much for joining way ahead. Earlier. So I just wanted to let you know that this webinar is, all about how you can unlock the complete power of AI in Zoho Desk. And we have quite a good agenda created here. So as Rahul mentioned, in case if you want to communicate anything, please put it in the chat window. Myself and Arun will be actively contributing there. And as and when you have questions, you can put it in the Q&A. And as and when we have any interesting ones, we can also project them and let that be consumed by all of the participants. Okay.
I hope my screen is visible. So glad to see you all here. So thank you so much for investing your time to participate in this webinar. And obviously you can see this webinar is actually about Zia, the AI features in Zoho Desk. Don't worry, this is not just yet another Zia session where you may learn a lot about what it can do, because most of the features are something, it's quite some time that we have the Zia features. We are tweaking this, but you very well know most of the features already. But this session is more about how can you bring the best out of all the Zia features that you have, right? So you may feel some features are working at its best already, but some features are not that great. It's not because of the feature isn't working, but it's not just enabling the feature. We need to do a certain things and focus on some areas in our system to make sure to bring the best out of the Zia's configuration in your organization. So that's pretty much is what we are going to discuss in this session. And you may have experienced such questions. You may have received more questions from your customers, very related to this, very much related to this. So as a partner, when you know how can you bring the most out of all the AI features in Zoho Desk, you can very well implement this to your customers when they use Zoho Desk, and make sure they they love the product and they stay with us for a long time. Or this could be another selling point where they like it and continue to use Zoho Desk for a long time. So that's basically it is, right? The title is Unlock the Power of AI in Zoho Desk. As you all know, the AI powered features in Zia is called Zia. All right, in Zoho Desk is called Zia. All of the features, all Zoho products, its AI functionalities will be named as Zia. So Zia is Zoho's intelligent assistance, which stands for. Okay, and today we are going to learn what is Zia going to do in Zoho Desk. How can you make it make it the perfect assistant for you to empower your day-to-day activities in Zoho Desk. Let's begin. So my name is Rahul Bhaskaran. I'm the manager for the customer partner relations team. So we are myself, Arun, and Dheeraj. We are the team. So we are from the product team. We are closely working along with all the partners. So Zoho has partner operations, partner support, and pre-sales team taking care of all the partners' requirements. But what we do is we are just extending our hands from the product team. So if the product team wants to listen to our partners directly on what is the market expecting, what sort of help that you need from us directly to get assistance on Zoho Desk or get to learn more on Zoho Desk is pretty much what we do. Okay. So any new deals that you're bringing in, any large customer or complex requirement that you want to discuss about the product, discuss about with the product experts, we are the team for that. And more about what I do and what my team does is will be in the end of the session, and you can connect with us later. All right. So let's move on to the agenda of the session. So the agenda starts from an overview of all the Zia features. It's important to first learn because most of you know Zia in Zoho Desk already. Most of you might be a new to Zoho Desk probably. And I just want to make sure everyone understand what features does Zoho Desk provide. And then we'll begin with the story of one of my friends, so a story of Pranesh, then the challenges he faced, and what are the best practices that was recommended to him and he implemented, and finally how he fixed the challenges. So basically through the story of Pranesh we'll be able to look at all the challenges one may face when you use Zia, right? Then comes what's new, obviously the topic that all the partners will like, and finally Q&A session. Okay, we can have I can project the questions and we can discuss. And you don't have to wait that long. We have a couple of product experts sitting here with me, so who will be able to answer all your questions while you have it, right? So yeah, you can also save the questions for later, but you can also get it done immediately as well. We have options for that. All right, let's start with the overview of Zia. So Zia in Zoho Desk, we have quite a few features built, and all of them can be beautifully categorized in this 5 stack of features that you can see. Zia as a strategist, Zia as a content collaborator, Zia as an assistant, Zia as a co-pilot, so to assist you respond better, or give it a complete autonomous with the pilot option. All right, so let us see what are these features. So first, as a strategist, we have ticket summary, Zia Insights, anomaly predictions, and Zia dashboard. I will show you the feature in hand so that you'll understand why that is categorized under the strategy part. So as you can see here, this is one of the ticket, and I have a lot of threads in here. Right, this is a demo environment, so not the real kind of data. But imagine put this in your real account, and you'll see the magic on how this function works. So you have a long ticket, and this was handled previously by another agent. Now you have to take it. So instead of going through each and every conversation one by one to understand what has happened in this ticket so far, this little button which you see here, which is Zia ticket summary, will help you summarize the entire content in a small readable format. So in a crisp points, like just in 3 points, you have the entire summary of the ticket, which you can translate into the language of your choice. And we also have the ability to regenerate this, and you can also select what kind of conversation has to be converted into has to be considered to convert this into a conversation, into a summary, right? So if you want to avoid all the private communications, you can remove private comment and then click on generate, so it regenerates after that. All right, so this will drastically help you in planning and handling the tickets before you have to go through all the tickets. So that is why we have it as stacked under strategist, and we have insights. Even you don't even have to read through the entire conversations to understand fully, but the insights will give you a precise understanding on what is the tone of the customer, how do they feel right now in this ticket, right? So based on that, your response can be based on, okay, here I can see the customer is actually concerned, so I can my response could be more empathetic, right? So that's something that I can do. Or if it's frustrated or something like that, then I need to be more careful on how I can provide a response. If I don't have a solution, I need to convince the customer somehow if the customer is frustrated. So the tone, in a glance, right? So you don't even go through the entire summary. In a glance, you can just quickly understand what is the sentiment of the customer. That's what this is. And this smiley, it can go red to orange to green as well. That smiley, that indicates your customer's sentiment as good or bad or neutral. So based on that, you can also run reports and see dashboards in Zia. And this is also an entity in the workflow rules where you can mention if the sentiment is negative, please trigger this action. So we can automate few things based on this sentiment that is predicted by Zia, right? Then we have the key topics. So if you want to know the context of what this topic is all about, so from this, what I can understand, customer is not in the good emotion right now. Negative phase is there, and the tone is exactly, to be precise, it's concerned. The customer is actually concerned, and there's a battery life issue there. We're talking about the battery life issue here, right? So in a glance, I have all the information, and with a summary, I know what to do now in this ticket. That's exactly is what this is about. Then comes the anomaly prediction. This is a feature exclusively built for these administrators or the department level leads who handles the ticket volumes, right? If something goes wrong in your department, when I say department, if you have a department with a few agents working on a particular project, where all the questions, all the incoming queries and the outgoing queries is something that has to be handled by your team, then you are the right person to get notification on the anomalies. When I say anomaly, it's the anomaly about the number of incoming tickets received or sent out as a response by the agent on a particular given time. So that's anomaly predictions, right? So as an admin, you get notified when there is an anomaly is being predicted. Say, for example, you will receive about 50 to 60 tickets, which is the usual trend at 9 a.m. in the morning every day. All right. So if one particular day you received about 200 tickets, 200 incoming tickets, then that's kind of an outage, right? That's very much abnormal. So that's an anomaly that is predicted by Zia, and you get notified as an admin. So with that, and along with that, we have the tags feature, which will give you an understanding about what these tickets are all about. So that will give you a clear indication on what went wrong, why are there too many tickets, and take action based on that. So even before your agent notices, you get notified because AI is going to let you know about that. Then comes Zia dashboard. So I will show you Zia dashboard right away, which will give you an idea on the anomaly predictions as well and the sentiment analysis. Let me go to the analytics module in my demo account. I'm scrolling down to see the Zia dashboard, then intelligence dashboard. Here, okay, not this account. I'll go to another test account of mine, go to analytics and scroll down to find Zia dashboard and intelligence. So I have data here. As you can see here, the first one, it's called the trend. So this is basically is the anomaly predictions. So the orange line which you see here is the regular trend of how the tickets usually created, right? But this blue ones are the today's status. So if this is too far away from the orange line, then that's predicted as an anomaly, which you can see here. The star indicates anomaly. So usually at 2 a.m. I receive only about 243 tickets, but today I received about 430 tickets. And clicking on the anomaly will give me a context on what type of tickets were created at that particular point of time. So as I can see here, okay, too many tickets about insurance, then about the surety bonds and debt card, and then cash deposits. So my finance team has something wrong, something went wrong. So that's the call I can understand from this context. And as I can scroll down, I can see the trending auto tag in the last 24 hours. I can also see this in the table format or in the cloud format as well. Then the sentiment predictions in the last 24 hours, there are about 83% of customers feel positive about. So that means, positive experience provided by our agents. But there is about 5 and 12 neutral, which I need to improve on. So all this can be considered, and then we can take actions to make it even better. We have the trend analysis for the hour-based trend for the sentiment predictions as well. So if you want to precisely catch where, as I can see here from this 20 negative tickets, negative sentiment predicted tickets. So that's alarming at 10 a.m. So I'll just go and find all the tickets which is clear at 10 a.m. I can see which agent handled that, what went wrong. Is it agent's mistake? Is it the product's mistake? Or is it something that we have to fix it by automating something? So I can take actions and then make sure my customers are getting happier. Right. So that's basically is the anomaly predictions and the ZR dashboard, which can give you an overview about it. That's about the strategies. Then comes the content. So Zia, as a content creator, we have 5 features under this. So generate content, writing assistance, content analysis, and ticket to articles. So generate content, very simple. We actually do want, while responding to the tickets, we want to sometimes draft a message, but we need some help, right? So let's say we can prompt the Zia to get an answer. Let's say write. So write an apology email, but you can give more context. So the generate content feature will contextually give you an apology email, which you can simply click on, paste to ticket, and that is right here. Right. So I can simply give some prompt, try to know how to ask Zia, and then based on your prompt, Zia will give you the exact type of response that you want to send, and there you go, you have a ready to send response simply by asking a few questions. So that's generate content, just like the name. And then writing assistant. So if you have drafted an email, but if you want to correct the grammar, correct the way it has been phrased, so you want complete AI corrections required, which pretty much we do every day today, right? So we use AI tools to correct the entire mail content. So that's built within. So that's basically the writing assistance. So after you drafted your email, just select the part that you want to be corrected, and then click on writing assistant, and change the format, or there you go, it's formatting, and then I can just apply that, right? So it's diplomatic now. So change the format, or increase the length, or make it shorter, or translate this to another language of your choice. So these are all the options that is being provided with the writing assistance feature. Okay. Then content analysis. So if you don't want the entire email to be given to the AI tools to correct everything, but you just want AI to just focus on just suggesting what changes can make it even better, then that's what the content analysis is. So once you draft the mail, click on this spell check button to load the content analysis. And as you can see here, it is actually going through the conversation and trying to give a rating on Ease of reading score will be here. If it's a long email, you'll find this. If there is any spelling error, it will never be left out with the content analysis. It's going to give you this grammar suggestions. How is the writing quality? If there's wordy phrases, improper word choices being used. So all of this is some kind of an indication that you will receive, right? So that's basically is what there is the suggestion data recipient name. So that's been incomplete sentence, as you can see here. Dear, if I can click on complete, and that's hello recipient name, finish the following sentence. So it's just giving me the exact suggestion that I can do. If the message reads cliche, no, it's not. Adverbs, no. Incredible job, and then passive sentences. So all this is suggestions which you can approve and then make corrections. So this will drastically improve the way you draft the mail, not giving the control completely to the AI, and we just have to. Then finally, ticket to articles. So this is the article. Adding articles to Zoho Desk is not very similar to how you draft an email to the customer, right? So it has to be in a different version. So this is what this feature can help you do with. Let me go back and cancel this draft and click on this icon next to the comment box, Zia box. Then you can find ticket to article. Then select the ones that you think is a valuable inputs that can be converted into an article. Then click on generate content, and it generates and draft a content. So this is basically making it easy for you to generate contents and then move it to the article as a draft. As an admin, you can now go ahead, verify if this is a valid one. You can convert into or publish it, or you can keep it in the draft or internal only. So you can let the agents, give the agents the power to validate and then submit this, and later you can verify and make sure the article is published. Okay. Then we have features as assist, co-pilot, and pilot, which I will show you right now. So as assist, as you can see here, we have something called reply assistant. So this is powered by the article. So all the articles will be referred and your questions will be passed as a query to AI, and AI will just give you a ready to send response directly applied to the customer's name. So customer's name is here, the support team is here, what are the source of the articles being used. All of this information is being handled, considered, and then it gives you a ready to send response. All we have to do is just simply use as reply. If I want to make it change the tone of this message, or make the length longer or shorter, or the language, obviously you can choose from the language of your choice if you want this in a different language, right? Then click on use as a reply, and that is applied to the draft. You can verify, make changes if you want, and then click on send. With simple 3 steps, you can now send response. Zia is going to give you a ready to send response. It is just assisting you to respond quicker. Then the co-pilot. So this is for the chat, basically, the one that you see on the left side here. So agents can pretty much talk to a bot, and the bot will try to give you answers if it has an answer in the article. So that's basically how articles work. So agents can talk to the bot, get some references, learn from the articles simply right within the ticket itself. So this ticket detail view is packed fully with AI features. So your agents do not have to move to any other screens or switch tabs to learn anything, right? So it's all built right within here itself. So it's considering 3 articles, and we have an answer. I can just consider that to write my drafted response. Okay, and that's Copilot, and this is also something that we can publish to the customers in the website. So customers can initially talk to the bot, and then at certain point, if they want to talk to the human agent, that is also possible through where we publish this. If you associate this bot with the instant messaging channels, then that is there, right? Okay. Then as a pilot, what do you think the pilot is? It's called the Zia agents. So Agents are the support employees internally. We can assign, the agents can own a ticket, so we can just assign the ticket to an agent. We can also assign tickets to Zia agents as well. So Zia are the virtual agents where you can assign tickets to, right? So this is in beta. I have it enabled in one of my account. I will show you Zia agents. We have about two agents. One is a support specialist, and their role is to view the ticket, update the ticket, and send emails to the customer, right? So update tickets like ticket fields will be changed, like status. Once you respond, you can change the status to bot responder ticket, a custom status. So you understand, okay, the bot has already responded with initial. If you want any follow up, then you can take control and send a response using the reply assistance or any other features, right? So this is support specialist. Then we have resolution expert. So in the ticket, we have something called a resolution tab where you can keep a note of the entire conversation of what has been happening in the ticket. So we'll be adding resolution here. So that adding resolution is important because in the future, if any other agents want to know what has happened in the ticket, instead of them going through the entire ticket, the resolution can help. All right. The summary will just summarize it, but the version that an agent want to add is slightly different. So you can add something like what kind of documents you referred, what are the discussion, what are the meetings you had with the internal team to find a resolution. All of that is totally different from the ticket summary that we provide. So that can be added as a resolution on what are the tests that you have done in the backend to figure out a solution for this. So all of that can be resolution of future reference on how people will handle the similar type of tickets in the future. They can take notes from your assist. So there are two agents, as I mentioned. Okay. Moving on. So these are the features. That's the overview of the entire Zia features. Okay. Now let's just focus on other areas. So if you are a new partner or an existing partner, haven't seen any of these features, and if you like it, please start using it. And I hope you like the features in Zia. And let me know if you also want to add more features. And yeah, that's. We also want to know, please share your opinion in the chat box about what is your favorite Zia feature. And then our team, I will just have a look at that in the end of the session. Okay. So moving on. So I'll just take you with the story of my friend. So a very good friend of mine, meet Pranesh. So he used to work for Zoho. He was an employee here. That's when he invited me. So the reason why I'm just going through the story of Pranesh is I want to let you know what kind of person Pranesh was, and then after that, what happened to Pranesh, and there's a story I'll explain you shortly. The reason for why I took the Pranesh's story is something that I will explain, because he was an internal employee. He was a brilliant chap. He was quick to climb the ladder to become to achieve more while he was an employee here. But this guy, crazy guy, had this idea to become an entrepreneur from a very long time, and eventually he had to take this decision to leave the company. All right, so I was there with, but he took that decision. I think it would be, even if it's not the right decision, he is completely okay with that, because this is his dream. He's just chasing his dream. That's more important. So he done that. His brother was software consultant, so he was working there after Zoho. Then eventually he started his own company and become a partner, because he's already a Zoho expert, and he was a brilliant employee here, supporting a lot of customers. So he pretty much knows Zoho in and out. So that's the reason why he chose to become a partner of Zoho. And now, yeah. Uh, so the reason why I said this story is because Pranesh knows Zoho, most of the Zoho products in and out, and even for him there are a few challenges. Okay, so let's see what are the challenges. And after becoming a partner, I'm sure that you will attend all the Zoho Inspire event that is happening in your region. So Pranesh did, and then it was the session of Zia first introduced in his region, right? So when we first introduced Zia to the partners in an Inspire event, he was right there, and so much he got so excited and impressed with all the features, and he was badly wanted to appreciate all the team and then want to try it out all by himself. And we gave the early access to the partners right there in the session, and he went back to his office and invited all his employees and explained what Zia can do, enabled the feature, and all their team was so much excited and started using it every day. So that's how it was. But I will also give you how it helped them, because the agents used to manually draft the messages and then use the third-party tools to quickly check the grammars or finish all the fine-tuning of how the draft should be. All of this is now built within Zoho Desk, and not just for them. For the administrators, we have the anomaly predictions and ZR dashboards, giving you the strategical advantage on what needs to be improved, help them drastically on the way they operate. So that was something that helped them very well. But nothing without challenges. Even Pranesh's team was facing problems, not exactly problems, but they weren't able to pull or make Zia's some of core features to the fullest. What are they? So what are the challenges? So I'll explain that. So the issues he reported was answer bot was not so effective assisting the agents. If the agent have some question, agents started relying on asking questions to agents, but most of the cases is not been addressed, or the answer bot was not effective. The customers were also not been finding it accurate, right? So that's a problem. So the customers started reporting issues for that. Then comes the reply system. No, not something that we can rely on. Then finally, Zia agents, where even when the tickets are assigned to Zia agents were not able to give the quality responses to the tickets. So these are all the problems which Pranesh and his team were not able to fix even after adding considerable amount of articles. What went wrong? What happened is something that most of you or your customer may have faced throughout the Zoho Desk journey. So Zoho Desk, as and when you use it, as and when you start using Zia feature, you may have liked the features and started using it. But eventually, at a certain point, you may find, okay, Zia could have been even better. But what's the problem here? Why is this happening? So I'll just go back to Zia's Pranesh's story on what Pranesh did. Pranesh did call our team, Zoho Desk Partner Solutions team. So I'm part of it. I head the team. So he called me, and since it was Pranesh, Harun transferred the call to me, and I was working with him. So he explained me the entire scenario on how Zia helped and why he liked all the Zia features, but there are core features which he couldn't figure out how to make it work even better. So he need the idea, he needs support from us to make it work even better. So that's exactly why he reached us, and I know what has to be done. So I started explaining things on how Zia works and what are all the features he liked it, and yeah. So this is something that you have seen already. So now I'm the one answered. So let me tell you exactly what solution I provided Pranesh, and what Pranesh did to fix all those things. Okay, so you may have seen this in the start of the session. So these are all the features we know. The Zia as a strategist, all these features were brilliant. The important thing is These are out of the box feature. All you have to do is just enable. There's no maintenance required. Enable, and you can see the beauty. It works brilliantly, right? There's no. I'll go back and show you the features. Ticket summary. It does not require training. Insights. No. Anomaly predictions or ZR dashboard. Nothing needs. It needs time. Like anomaly prediction, need to understand the regular trend at least for a week. So it studies the regular trend and then starts predicting. There's no maintenance, so Zia will learn itself and then provide you insights. So all of them are out of the box. There's no maintenance required whatsoever. Then comes the content generation. There's no maintenance here. Obviously, it's all the tools that you can use regularly. You don't have to rely on the third-party tool. We have it built within the ticket environment. This is also out of the box. There's no maintenance required, absolutely, right? But these three features, right? As an assist or as co-pilot or pilot, we need strong configurations or maintenance for this feature. What do we need? We need articles, right? We need more and more KB articles in a format that Zia can use and help your agents. What are they? I'll show you, and how it works in the backend. Why is it so important for the KB article? Why it's so important for Zia to refer to the KB articles and answer you? And the field protection is a bonus on what it can do, right? So I will explain one by one. Let me just go to the fix that I was providing. These are all the things. So as I was mentioning, assist, co-pilot, and pilot, these three features actually need the answer bots. Actually need the KB articles to support. And why is it is something that I will tell you, and how you need to fix it. So I just first go through the fix and let you know why it is important. So the fix. We need to add the KB article in a specific format. So it doesn't mean that Zia can only read the FAQ formats, but it is important the FAQ formats are more effective in terms of finding the right solution when, especially when your intentions to add the articles is is to improve the bot communication, right? Not just for this, for any cases, this is important. So what is an FAQ format? FAQ is basically the question and an answer, right? Frequently asked questions. The title of the article can be the question that your customers may ask, and the body is the draft. So that will be the response that you will send, or the fix for the question that the customer has. So this format is called FAQ. So you need to add more articles in the FAQ format, and it is also gives you a leverage on the type of articles that you can add. If you start adding articles, the regular articles, you may tell people about what is this particular feature, how to enable, how that does function, and how can you disable it. That's all. You cannot talk about the problem directly. Okay, maybe you can add a note, but that doesn't look good in that format, right? So this is why FAQ format will give you the leverage for you to add articles exactly like how your customers may ask you questions. So you need to focus on the type of queries that your customers ask frequently, understand them, and make an article for that. So it is important that you add more and more articles in the FAQ format, which is effective for the Zia to respond to the customer. Then comes the organized category section, organized categories in section. So when you add FAQs, just don't add the articles in a random category. So let's just create a separate category as FAQ. And if it is about a particular topic about battery issues, there may be tens of questions about battery issues, battery heating, battery not charging, right? So you can add all of that questions as separate articles and then add it under battery section. All right, these categories and section, if it's really confusing, I'll just show you on how that can be added. Let me go here. So this is Zoho Desk. I'll go to knowledge base part and click on add article. Okay, As soon as I add article, I have title option, then the body of the email. So title, how to So that's the question that your customer may ask, and you can add answers here on the steps that the customers can follow to make sure that the battery can last long. So enable the screensaver time, turn off the all day visibility. So you can give a few pro tips for your customers to ensure that they. So this is an FAQ. This is how the FAQ formats. Uh, this is how the FAQ format will be like. And on the right side, you can see the category. So I'm just putting directly on a category, but I can create FAQ as a category, right? I can add subsections. All right, watches. Okay, under watches I can add more subsections, or if I want to add not watches but phones, I can do that. So now I have two options, right? So I can do this here. Or hardware. So I'm just giving more options. So this will help me to categorize the article in the right way. This is not just helping Zia to find it, fine tune, or find the exact answer easily, but it is also in a readable format or searchable format for your customers when they read the articles in the customer portal. And set the display permission. Make sure if this is agents only, then this article is also, and Zia is also helping only for the answer bot, that is for agents, not for the customers. So if you want to use this for the external world for the chatbots to work, then make sure it is in the all user format, and make sure you categorize it correctly so the customers can read them easily. So that's important. Then write a clear and complete answer. So this is also one good tip. Don't take it lightly, because if you talk about multiple topics in the single paragraph when you draft a response type of articles, then Zia may not be able to pull you the right type of answer here. I will tell you exactly what and why that is happening. If you talk about different topics, the backend system cannot really find that more accurate. So the next slide will be about what is happening in the backend. Maybe when I complete that, you will understand why I mentioned this. So each paragraph should be about one topic, right? So I cannot talk about multiple topics within one paragraph, which will give an inaccurate answer. Not will give you, but there are chances for Zia to give you inaccurate answers when the articles are like that. So the search cannot be better. And use customer-friendly keywords. Keywords, when I say the customers, when they ask questions, hey, how do I fix this? So that's how it is. Do not write it in a format that you generally read article. When it comes to FAQ, you have the leverage there to use the customer's tone on how they may ask you questions, and you can also match that with the answers as well, the body of the email message or the article as well. So that's one of the things that you can do. Then leverage Zia translation. When talking about Zia, you may have seen all these features, but nobody would have noticed a feature that is under the help center settings, language settings, where Zia can help you with translation of the entire articles, right? So first off, go to help center settings, go to languages, then enable multilingual and add the languages of your choice. Let's say Arabic, Bengali, or Danish, Finnish, save. Now, these are all the languages that my customers in the customer portal, they can switch language, change languages, and these are all the languages. Now, when I change the language in the help center, what happens? The interface will have these languages, but your articles aren't transferred, right, or translated. We provide you the option to add articles, the same article in English and other languages. So when the customer switch the language, that article will be in their language. So you need to have article in all the supported languages. So adding articles in multiple languages all the time isn't really is not an easy task to do, and that is where the translation can be manual or automatic as well. This is translation of your articles. So we have three translation engines. So one is Unbabel, the second is Zia, and third final is the Google Translate. These two are basically the third party translation engines which you can rely on, but that needs a subscription. But Zia is the feature of Zoho. As with the name, you can understand Zia is Zia as a translation engine will help you to convert all your articles into the language of your choice. So, as in when you draft articles, you can. Let me just show you. If I make any changes, okay, then here you can see I have okay, I think it needs some time for the I'll see translate and publish. So there's an option here. Let me just go ahead and show you in this probably. I just selected Unbabel as this translation engine, not Zia there. Could be one of the reason. So here you can see as soon as I add article, this button says publish and translate. Translate in other languages of my choice. What are the language? English, Arabic, African, Netherlands, French. So I have different languages selected here. So all of these languages, the Zia will translate the content to all the other languages. So you just have to add articles in English and rest of it, leave it to Zia, right? So that's make sure you leverage that. Then keep the KB updated regularly. It's important that you need to keep it more accurate. As you can see here, we have something called knowledge base expiry. So if it's an article which is relevant only for a few days, you need to make sure that the expiry date is set right, so that the articles will become obsolete after that particular point in time. So SIA will not consider this to while responding. Then cover common scenarios, which yes, as I mentioned, when you see customers repetitively asking similar type of questions, then that belongs to articles, not so if there is multiple requests coming from the same customer or multiple queries are being received as a ticket, then it actually is a good one to belongs to articles. And finally, this you've already seen it. So ticket to article feature. We can use the ticket to article feature. As I mentioned, when you cover common scenarios and when you see a lot of repetitive questions, you know very well this has to go to the article, but you need assistance or support. So don't worry, we have the ticket to article feature. Select the threads and then convert them into an article format, and that's a job easily done. So this is a great thing for it's kind of Zia taking updates from article, but from articles to from the tickets to articles. That's a vice versa on how you can make use of Zia to help you do this. Then why knowledge base is important? This is basically is what I'm going to show you now. It is not just for Zia, but generally on how AI works. Okay, there's something called a RAG pipeline. This is how AI in general works. The first part is data indexing. So data is loaded. Data is basically, imagine this is your article, right? The article is now data splitting. It just splits into pieces, text chunks, and then these text chunks are human readable format. Okay, that is now converted into the machine or AI readable format, which is also known as vector embeddings. right? These are a numeric values that has been there, and that has been stored in our database, data storage. So as soon as the data goes in here from data loading to storing, that means Zia has trained with all the articles. That's it. That's data indexing. Next comes the retrieval and generation. So as and when there is question asked by the customers, here you can see it can directly generate if it's a basic or general question, or if it's related to the topics that we have an article, then it goes to the vector embedding. So the query is now converted into the vector embeddings, which is the machine understandable language, which is the numeric value. And this numerical value will help us do the mathematics in the backend and provide you with the right type of articles. And that's exactly why I mentioned, do not discuss multiple topics on the same paragraph, which will leave you in bad predictions or bad answers being fetched. So these mathematical value will be predicted based on how the question is being asked, and then it will be generated changing the tone of how the customer was asking the question, and then finally give it to you as a response. And this is not just in Zia, but this is how generally AI works. And the reason why I mentioned this is Zia is actually smart, right? We have to admit that, and we have tested it multiple times. The only thing is that we need to make sure to provide it enough data to make it work even better. So knowledge base is the lifeline on how most of the Zia features work. So it's important that you follow the tips that I just mentioned. So Pranesh did that, and it worked for them. All right. So better knowledge base is equal to better performance, right? So you can see that. And the bonus one is field prediction. The reason why field prediction is put to the discussion here is there is a challenge, a very important challenge that you may have not heard. So there are automations that we create which triggers based on the field updates or based on the field values, right? So if I say classification is battery draining problem, right? So for battery draining problem, I need to acknowledge the customer specifically for that, or I need to notify someone. So that can be a workflow rule that is triggered based on that updated field. So the tickets that is created by email or phone or chat doesn't have all these value. It's just a record that is created based on the conversation or an email received or the phone call recordings, right? So these tickets does not have any kind of uh, data updated while it is creating, unlike a ticket that was submitted by the customer through the web form or through the help center, right? So that results in limited effectiveness of your automation. Your automation is not triggering, or you have an SLA rule that will consider battery draining issue as a serious problem or as a serious threat, and you have a special SLA applied. It's not going to work for the email tickets or the phone tickets, and that's exactly what Zia prediction can help you with. So Zia prediction will automatically predict the right value that you need to select for a particular field. How is it learning? Is based on the historical ticket. So in the past, for all your tickets, what is the value you've selected for the type of query that has been discussed? So that is the pattern that that kind of machine learning algorithm is being designed for this particular feature, and it works brilliantly. Even if it's not, it expects your inputs. So let's just learn how it does. Okay, and the impact is obvious. It's going to improve the data accuracy, better reports, and reduce manual effort because automation is functioning brilliantly. You don't have to manually update the field values. The first one is train the data with real data. Train the ticket with train Zia with real data. So when I say train, how do we train it manually? It's not the answer bot retraining option. The field prediction can also be trained. How do we do that? Let me go to the field prediction settings. Okay, I have priority field. Here you can see it predicts accurately for up to 81%. It used to be 60%, but after I just retrained it regularly, the accuracy level is just increasing. How do we do it? So just click on the three dots here on the right side. We have annotate, edit, delete, and playground. So if you want to add a new field, let Zia to predict, then go to playground, add a subject and a content. So this is exactly where you can test on certain scenarios what is the value being selected. right? But you can also select an existing ticket, okay? And here you can see there is a prediction. So it's accurate only, the ZI is only confident up to 57%. So you can now click on annotate to um, annotate is the next point. Test different scenarios, validate before going live, and finally reiterate and retrain regularly. So these are all the 4 points. So I'm going to just go through it easily. So when I click on annotate tickets, it takes you to this page where you can see a lot of predictions. Zia's awaiting your inputs to validate whether that prediction is right or not. Right. So when the accuracy level is not 100%, then it waits for you. You can click on annotate, goes there. Then comes the next one. There you go. So I keep doing this every time. So when I do this, there is this annotated tickets section. I go here. You can see there are 61 tickets I just annotated. Now I can click on retrain. Now the bot will update its training and make sure the accuracy level is just 1 or 2% above now. So we have to regularly do this. So it's not, don't look at this as a task that you have to do, but imagine this goes above 90%, then most of your problems is sorted because it's all happening autonomously, right? Predicting fields, and it's most time accurate. So that's basically it is. So SIA is not actually a magic, but when you set it up the right manner, how it has to be, then it definitely feels like it is. Okay. So please go ahead and train your customers and let them know. Just don't leave it just by enabling it. Enable it and then go ahead and make all the changes, add the required changes. Don't just enable it, make sure they use it every day. Okay, and that's when you can identify what needs to be improved, and you can go ahead and very well do that. So this is the solution that I just provided to Pranesh, and he very well implemented that. So his team before the call with me was not happy about how Zia has actually been performing. Initially they were, but that was not the case after using for a long time. They now depended more on Zia's features, but they wanted to work even better, but that was not happening. But after implementing all the changes, Pranesh's team was so happy because they have a lot of time to now focus on the real issues that the human agents has to resolve. Then what changed? Basically, after implementing the recommendations that we provided, he focused on strengthening the articles and expanded his repository of articles easily with the features like the ticket to articles, all of that. Then he just closely monitored the field value that is predicted, and if it's not really right, then yeah, he just went on and gave Zia the right type of tips, and Zia better now improved the prediction accuracy. And all of this has improved the way how their agents started using Zia, and now it's even better. The Zia's perform when Zia is performing well, half of your job is done. Your agents can now focus on the real issues that a human agent has to focus on. So a quick update on what's new. You just learned about the field prediction. The data ready field prediction is now available because if you are a new customer, field prediction will work at least when you have 500 tickets for Zia to learn from, right? But there are general logics and everything that we are just learning. So there are data ready field predictions available. So you just enable it. Even if you are a new customer, you'll see his predictions trying its best to pick up the right answer, right type of answers. So that's coming up in the next future. And supporting more languages, we support about close to 30 languages now, and we are increasing that to over 100 languages. So if you do not find your language supported by Zia, don't worry. It may provide a solution, not in the month of May, as I mentioned, but the second half of probably in the month of September. This is the 10th year anniversary, so you'll find a lot more exciting feature. And while I was showing Zia agents, you may have noticed 2 other agents in the upcoming status. They will go live as well. So more Zia agents to unlock different potentials of how your agents can work on. So that's basically it is. So, yep, we'll go for the Q&A session. If you have any questions, please post it in the session. I'll project the answer. And before that, I'll just give you a quick introduction on what we do. I've given all the introduction, but I'll just precisely tell you what we do. We are from the product team, the support team, and we basically want to engage more with the partners and empower them. So, as a partner, you can up your Zoho Desk game. You know the product. When you become the product expert, we obviously gain from, because you know what kind of problems in the industry can be solved with Zoho Desk. You are the people who discuss the real business, people who use softwares to solve a lot of problems. When you know Zoho Desk, it's obvious that when you receive requirements, you know what kind of product will fix it, how Zoho Desk can empower their team, all of that, right? So that's important. And if you are a new partner who is an expert in Zoho CRM or Zoho projects or people, and is interested, you know who to reach. You can reach us and we'll help you with that. And even if you are a partner who work with Zoho Desk, if you want to discuss a complex requirement with us, that's us. And we're also, if you're a new partner, initially we can give you with the pre-sales assistance for the new partners, and until your team is getting ready and up with the when you're ready to handle it completely, right? And these kind of webinars and live events at your location, we are planning to do a lot more exciting events to make sure I teach you something new every time. So that's our intention. So you can also let me know how helpful you find this webinar session, and I'll come up with more exciting topics in the next upcoming days. And a direct product team discussion, that's basically you can discuss with us. And we, as you can see, I'm sitting along with the product team, the engineers on the other side. We have the product managers here, and I have the support team, all the support team behind me. And so getting updates in terms of the product, I would say this is the fastest way you can get updates for Zoho Desk, and that's basically it is. And if you have, and really important that we want to learn from you on what are the feedbacks your customers are giving to the product, and we will collectively share that with the product managers, put that on the table for a discussion to improve Zoho Desk pretty much, right? So how can you reach us? Partners@zohodesk.com. Just if you want to introduce yourself to us, just write an email. We can schedule a call, and then we can discuss one-on-one on what is your strategy for Zoho Desk this year, and then let's just discuss, and we can recommend you a few things. And yeah, just call us or email us, and we can schedule a call. We'll discuss one-on-one. Thank you so much. Let me see if you have any questions, which I can project. Okay, there's just one question. Sure, we'll be sending you the recordings. Any other question? Give me a thumbs up, or raise your hands if you have any question. Give me a thumbs up if you like the session, or you have any feedbacks. Let me know. Okay, I think since there's no much questions, and yep, I'll just show the screen again. Partners@zohodesk.com. That's the email address you have to reach us. So write an email, and then we can work on this. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, everyone. And we'll see you next month with another interesting topic to discuss with. Thank you. Siraj, and thanks, Arun, for joining along. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rahul, for the great session. And thank you, everyone, for joining, and hope it was a useful one. And as mentioned, if you want to reach out to us, collaborate more with regards to this, please write to partners@zohodesk.com. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.